Hello, hello. With this video I want to give you some inspiration for your embodied self-love practice, and there's a lot I could say, but I keep it short. What most of people understand as self-love practice or self-pleasure practice is masturbating, which can be part of it, but it doesn't have to be. And the way that many people masturbate is really genital focused and focused on getting to a climax. So with the embodied self-love practice, it's a little bit different. It's a practice that I've learned in my sexological bodywork training. And the way that we practice it in sexological bodywork, it's you set a time frame of, for example, 30 minutes. It should be at least 30 minutes. And you set an intention. So you feel into your body and see like, okay, what is it that I would like to feel? What is it that I would like to explore maybe? And then you integrate potentially your whole body. So you can explore with your genitals, but you could as well explore with your whole body, touching yourself. You could explore your anus, for example, or you could focus on your breast, you could focus on your belly button, on your face. Like this, when starting to drop into this universe of understanding the embodied self-love practice as exploration space, there come up like a dimension of possibilities and possible experiences. And something that's also part of the embodied self-love practice is to try to be more aware of what is happening. So for many people, when masturbating, they are not so present. So it's about, there's also, since there's this taboo in society to masturbate, it's something that I do alone, that I'm not seen, I'm not heard, and I do alone, and there's some shame around it. So in this embodied self-love, I try to get a little bit more aware of what kind of distractions come up, maybe feelings like shame, maybe memories, maybe thoughts like, oh, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? What shall I do? Is this something bad I shouldn't do? And there can be many things that come up and that have an influence in how you experience pleasure. It's not about trying to reach something, although you have an intention and a wish that you kind of set. It's not about getting somewhere, but opening the space of exploring what happens when you set an intention and try to be a little bit more present and doing something good for yourself, and doing something good for yourself connected to pleasure. So trying to give pleasure to yourself. And this can also sometimes not be pleasurable, but be boring. There can, emotions that are challenging come up. There can be challenging thoughts coming up. And if this arises, you try to not judge it, but just be with it and observe it. Oh, okay, this is coming up. And this makes it really an interesting practice, and really a practice. And then you can just observe it and then keep on doing, or maybe write it down. And then in the end, after these maybe 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, reflect how it was for you. And this helps you to build up a different attitude to self-love, but also different attitude to sexuality in general. Because the thing about intimacy, especially I think in our society, like in Germany, and maybe also in different other societies, like in this patriarchal societies, there is this thing that we are always trying to be perfect, we're trying to do something right or wrong, we're trying to get somewhere, to reach something, a goal. I have to do like this, and there's this pressure of doing something good and doing something right. And it's really a path and really a process to start doing things differently, but in a moment where I don't have so much pressure and where I can let go a little bit of this pressure to do something, to reach something, this curious space of exploration can open up, and it opens a wider space for pleasure to really happen, because pleasure and intimacy is something that happens a lot on the head, in the nervous system, and to really experience pleasure, oftentimes it's needed to be relaxed and to land in the body and not be so much in the head, even though there are of course also with fantasies and role play, and it's also a lot happening in the head, but it's an opportunity to find the pleasure in a more somatic bodily experience, and then maybe add fantasies and pictures and stuff. So I want to encourage you with this embodied self-love practice to investigate a little bit what happens when you set this kind of time frame and this intention, and when you start exploring yourself, exploring your feelings, and exploring most of all your body and sensations. And one thing I also want to say that when starting this practice, it's really possible that you touch yourself and you're just like feeling nothing, because you're not used to this, and your body is not used to feeling pleasure when touching yourself. And this is also something that develops over time by practice. When you start practicing to feel into your body, what is it that I actually need right now? What is it that would feel pleasurable right now? And that sometimes it takes really time and practice to keep on practicing, and to let new nervous system, like new nerve connections to establish, and new nerves to flourish in your nervous system, to make you feel more. So I also want to encourage you to not give up when you feel like, oh, it's actually it's weird, it's boring, and when these things come up, to just see it really as an exploration space and keep on practicing. Yeah, then after this little input, in the next video I will give you some exercises or some tools that you can use, and then I wish you a lot of fun with your exploration. Oh, it really makes sense to do it regularly, to keep on doing it, maybe once a week or every few days or something, for you to be able to see a process.